This bird can fly backwards and change colors while flying. A bird so small it weighs less than a nickel, whose heart beats over 1200 times per minute. They are nature's tiny helicopters, the hummingbirds. First, let's talk about just how unbelievably small these birds are. The bee hummingbird, found in Cuba, holds the record as the smallest bird in the entire world. That one is only 2 inches long and weighs a mere 2 grams. That's less than a penny. Even the larger species, like the giant hummingbird found in South America, only reaches about 8 inches in length. Most hummingbirds you might see in your backyard weighs between 3 to 4 grams. That's lighter than a single sugar packet. But don't let their size fool you. These tiny creatures are built like fighter jets. Their bodies are perfectly engineered for one of the most energy-demanding lifestyles in the animal kingdom. They have incredibly large heart relative to their body size, making up about 2.5% of their total weight. Compare that to humans, where our hearts are only about 0.5% of our body weight. They need these massive hearts to pump enough blood to sustain their incredibly active lifestyle. You know that distinctive humming sound these birds make? That's actually the sound of their wings beating at absolutely insane speeds. Most hummingbird species flap their wings between 50 to 80 times per second during normal flight. During courtship displays, some species can reach up to 200 wing beats per second. The human eye can't even process individual wing beats at that speed. That's why we see a blur when we look at a hummingbird in flight. This incredible wing speed gives hummingbirds abilities no other bird possess. They are the only birds that can truly hover in place, fly backwards, fly upside down, and even fly sideways. They can also go from hovering to full speed flight in an instant, reaching speeds of up to 60 miles per hour in a single dive. That's faster than most cars driving through residential neighborhoods. Their wing movement is also unique. While most birds flap their wings up and down, hummingbirds rotate their wings in a figure-8 pattern, allowing them to generate lift on both the upstroke and the downstroke. This is what gives them their incredible maneuverability. There are over 340 different species of hummingbirds, and the vast majority, over 130 species, live in Ecuador and Colombia alone. In North America, about 15 to 20 species of hummingbirds regularly appear, with the ruby-throated hummingbird being the most common in the eastern United States, and the Anna's hummingbird dominating the western coast. These birds adapt to an incredible range of habitats. You can find them in tropical rainforests, cloud forests, deserts, high mountain meadows, and even coastal areas. Some species live at elevations over 14,000 feet in the Andes Mountains. Many hummingbird species migrate thousands of miles between their breeding and wintering grounds. The rufous hummingbird, for example, travels up to 3,000 miles from Alaska to Mexico each year, an incredible journey for such a tiny bird. But what fuels these tiny speed demons? Hummingbirds have the fastest metabolism in the entire world. They need to consume approximately half their body weight every single day just to survive. That would be like a 150-pound person needing 75 pounds of food every day. They feed primarily on flower nectar, which provides the quick energy they need. Their long specialized bills and even longer tongues, which can extend well beyond their beaks, allow them to reach deep into flowers. But hummingbirds aren't just nectar feeders. They also consume small insects and spiders, which provide essential proteins and nutrients that sugar alone cannot provide. In fact, insects can make up a significant portion of their diet, especially during breeding season when they need that extra bit of protein. To conserve energy overnight when they cannot feed, hummingbirds enter a state called torpor, essentially a mini hibernation, where their heart rate drops from over 1,000 beats per minute to as low as 50, and their body temperature can drop by as much as 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, you might think these beautiful, delicate-looking birds are peaceful creatures. Think again. Hummingbirds are actually extremely fierce and highly territorial. They are the tiny warriors of the bird world. Males are especially aggressive, defending their feeding territories from other hummingbirds and even birds much larger than themselves. They will dive bomb intruders, chase them away, and engage in aerial combat that looks like something out of a fighter pilot movie. Despite their aggressive territoriality, hummingbirds put on spectacular courtship displays. Males perform elaborate aerial shows, flying in U-shaped or J-shaped patterns, sometimes climbing up to 100 feet in the air before dive bombing past females at high speed. Even synchronize their dives with specific vocalizations to impress the females. However, hummingbirds are generally solitary creatures. After mating, the male plays no role in raising the young. The female alone builds the nest, a tiny cup usually made of plant down, spider silk and lichen, often no bigger than half a walnut shell. She lays just 2 eggs, each about the size of a coffee bean, and raises the chicks by herself. Astonishingly, their brilliant iridescent colors aren't actually from pigments. They are created by the microscopic structure of their feathers refracting light, similar to how a prism creates the rainbow. This is why their colors seem to change as they move. Hummingbirds have incredible memories. They remember every flower they have visited and how long it will take to refill with nectar. They can even remember feeding locations from year to year after their long migrations. Despite all of their incredible abilities, hummingbirds face serious threats from habitat loss, climate change, and pesticide use. Many species are experiencing population declines, and several are classified as endangered or critically endangered. We must ensure that the incredible death-defying physics-bending world of hummingbirds live on.